Emily Atkinson, please come to the main office. Emily Atkinson.
Start filling it out by the sheet. Next word on the website. Good here, how are you?
You know.
Start filling this out by the sheet.
You have one your name is here. Oh. I know I'm not no girl. I don't know. Let me know if you see my name is here. Okay. This is your class. It was. Oh, here's my name. Is there name? Oh, yeah. Man. Deja. No, Deja Dumble's in there. It's okay. Not this period, probably. Wait, where's it at?
Oh, Joshua Raymond? Oh, wait, hold up. Not in this. I'm so confused right now.
How does I know this? Oh, yeah, they right here. But how they going to go line? The second.
Oh, okay. I get it.
I get it. Oh, wait.
Oh, I'm up here.
I told you that. Wait, go on to the
Oh, I'm here. Bro, I thought Joshua was in here. I thought Gabby was in here.
I thought Devin was in here. I was like, yo, turn up. I don't get this, but okay. I'm right here.
It's the second name, bro. Yeah. I was getting confused too.
So where were Mercedes at? Huh? Where was she at?
Who?
So that's what she says.
Mercedes is in the top. I don't think she's like she's the second one?
Yeah. No, I'm the second one.
I'm on the wrong side. These two.
You saw my name, you ain't gonna see that.
Okay, so you should be filling this paper out. You should not have a phone out. Don't walk in with it in your hand. Don't tell me you were about to put it away. Don't walk halfway through the door with it in your hand. Don't tell me it's in your back pocket sticking halfway out. Don't have your phone out again. Did you come in late? Yeah. Come here, late person. Take this, start filling it out, find your seat. Another late person. Here, start filling this out, find your seat.
It's the second
Come here. Start filling this out. Find your seat. Are you Lewis?
Yeah.
Oh.
How you say your name? Malika? Andres? Hi. Constantino? India? How you say your name? Amadeo? Hayden? Haley? Ryan?
I'm Brian.
And Ryan. Is your name on that desk?
Yeah.
Asia? Bianca? Samantha? Tino? Travis? Isaiah? Shira? Janae? Michael? Give you about another 30 seconds to finish up and then we'll get started. Alright, let's get started. I guess if you get a chance to finish up that sheet while we go along. So my name is Demetrio. You can call me Mr. D if you can't remember my name early on. I do expect at some point you'll figure out how to say it. Don't call me Mr. Can't stand that. Alright, first thing I'm going to talk about here in this class. How to take notes. You're probably wondering why I would start off the school year telling you how to take notes. And it's because as soon as I finish explaining this, I expect you to write down everything I say. Now that's like your hint to get out paper.
You got like paper towels or something here?
Paper towels? Alright, so when you take notes, always write the topic, whatever it will be. Each day the beginning topic will be on the board, then there might be subtopics. Then the indent. Then write notes. So this is what your notes should look like. Here's your paper. That's say I tell you the topic, like first day of school. It's a stupid topic, but that's what it is today. First day. So you write it over there, and then you leave some space to the left, and you write all the garbage that I say. Stuff, etc. So this way, when you're looking through your notes, you see the topic over there on your left. If you have a highlighter, you can highlight it every day, and you can quickly find what we talked about each day. So when you're taking a quiz, if it happens to be open note, you can find that topic. You must take notes in this class. If you don't take notes, you will fail. So make sure every day you take notes. If you have a binder, then when you miss a day, you can put the day before's notes into the right spot. Better to have a binder than a notebook. Which brings me to the next thing I'm going to talk about. What you need for this class. Only 3 things. That's it. Pencil or a pen. I don't really care. Crayon, marker, paintbrush, something to write with. Bring something. I have pencils and pens. I won't give you one. Binder or a notebook. Binder is better. Notebook is okay. Usually you end up filling up your notebook throughout the year too, so that's the other issue. Then you buy a second notebook. Then for that test where you just switch notebooks, you don't have any notes, it messes you up. Better to have a binder, put everything in there, then you can move things around or add stuff if you have to. Third thing, calculator. Three choices for calculators. You can get your own choice if you want. The important thing is it's a scientific calculator. You can get a TI-30. You can get a TI-34. Both good calculators. Depending on where you buy them, they might be $15, they might be $30. Or you can get a TI-83. It's the best calculator ever invented. Costs between $70 to $100. If you buy it, you can take it to college with you. If you intend to major in any real major like science or math or engineering, you can use that calculator in college. It is a wonderful calculator. I recommend everybody get this one. If you do buy it, put your name on it, stencil it in there, and don't lose it. But if you buy one of these, that's fine. But this is always better. Your choice. Make sure you have those 3 things by tomorrow. What's up? All right, classroom rules. Number 1, raise your hand and wait. I'm going to underline that word. That means that's important, right? Just because you raise your hand doesn't mean I have to run and get to you. Wait to be called on. Chemistry is hard. It's important that when I explain something, if I happen to have your attention and you guys happen to be paying attention, I need to be able to get through what I'm saying and get to my point without being interrupted, so the people who are listening can get the point. There's a lot of little things about teaching that most people don't understand. And one of them is that if you start an explanation and you stop halfway through, people have no idea what the answer is and they'll never remember it. That's why I hate interruptions like this one right here. All right, I'm going to talk over this. So when I'm talking, I need to get through my point so that everybody gets the point of what I'm heading to. So if you ask me a question and interrupt me in the middle of that, a lot of people are getting lost afterwards. So I will wait till I'm finished what I'm saying, then I will call on you and answer your question. Number 2. No cell phones. I think I talked about this when you walked in. Don't have it out, don't play on it, don't use it, period. Don't check the time on it. Don't tell me you're checking the time on it. Time's right there. If you tell me you're checking time on your phone, I will bring in worksheets and teach you how to use that clock there. 3, students may use the restroom first 5 minutes. Okay, so restroom, first 5 minutes, or after lecture. Lecture is what I'm doing right now. When this is done, you'll be given a worksheet each day, most days, and you can go to the restroom. While I'm up here teaching, you shouldn't go unless you absolutely have to. If you're going to die, then tell me and I'll let you go. But if you can avoid it, wait till I'm done, and there will be time later on. Never go through my stuff. These drawers, cabinets, those ones, even unless I tell you, don't just go opening stuff up and looking around. Put this short here. Be respectful to everyone. I don't care if you like each other or not, we will talk nice to each other. Alright, during fire drills, let me see if you like this too. Fire drills, everyone stand together. I don't want you mixing with other classes. I want all my kids in one place so I can count all of you. Make sure you're alive, make sure you're out there. Otherwise you send somebody in here looking for you and some fireman might die and then you feel bad for the rest of your life, so don't do that. Alright, students will raise their hand. I already said that. I don't know why I put it twice. I guess it was important. Last one, don't spray anything in my room. I'm not going to write this down, but don't spray any perfume or smelly spray or any of that garbage. I hate the smell. It just stays in here and never leaves. Alright, that's it for rules. Grading. This is the same everywhere, but, you know, I'm going to give it to you anyway. Tests. It's not exactly the same everywhere, so that's right. Tests are 30%. Quizzes, 25%. Quizzes will not be announced. I'll often have them on Fridays. If I don't tell you, oh well. You should know there's going to be a quiz all the time. You should know whatever I taught you that week, be ready for a quiz. Labs, same thing with tests. I don't always announce them. Labs, 25%. So alternative assessment means labs in this class. Right?
So you said like quizzes basically after the week is done, basically?
Usually at the end of the week, at the end of yeah. So it'll be on usually 4 or 5 days material at most. Last one, homework, 20%. And this leads me into how I teach this class. So, no. All right, so here's how this is going to work. Every day you're going to come in, there's going to be a do now on the board. It's going to say do now, it's going to say some stuff. Today was that packet I gave you to fill out. Tomorrow it might be read a page out of the book, might be answer one question. It'll be something short that you'll do while I take attendance. Afterwards, I'm going to teach a lesson. Lesson will be, I don't know how long, not the whole period. And then when I'm done, I'm going to give you work. That's your homework, but you're going to start it in class. We call it classwork, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. You're going to start it in here. Here's why you're going to start it in here. Because science is hard. Well, chemistry and physics are hard. Biology is not really science. Anyway, chemistry's hard. So for me to send you home with homework and you sit there and stare at the first problem for a half hour and be lost, that's kind of stupid, right? It doesn't help you because you're just staring at it. You don't know what to do. How are you going to figure out what to do? So I give you your work to start here in class, and then if you're lost, you can call me over and say, hey, I need help with this, and you can get through the first couple problems, and then you can figure out what you're doing before you go home. Oftentimes, you'll be able to finish all your work in class, and you won't have homework. So if you're diligent about doing your work while you're in here, you should be able to go home most nights and not have anything to do. Quizzes usually once a week, so it'll be on 3 or 4 days material. It won't be announced. There'll usually be 10 questions. Sometimes they'll be open note, which is why you need to take good notes in this class. Tests will be maybe once a month, maybe not even that much. And they'll encompass 2 or 3 quizzes worth of material, so like 3 or 4 weeks, something like that, roughly. All right. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Last thing, okay, absences. I absolutely hate absences. I hate it when students are not here. It makes it so hard for you to learn. However, if you are absent, here's what you can do. You can look up my YouTube channel. I will videotape every class. It's not a flipped classroom. I'm going to teach while I'm here. But you can look it up if you're absent, and you can watch that day's lesson. You will search for my last name and chemistry. And then you can watch any lesson, and if you want to, there will be a link to the worksheet under it. You can even download the worksheet and print it out at home, or you can come in the next day and the worksheet will be over there on that desk. Probably the last couple will be on that desk. If you're absent, you get it the next day. It should be due the day after. So everything should be due the next day. All right, so that's it if you're absent. Make sure you find that and go there and do that work. Even today's lesson will be online. All right, so now who are you? Why are you late? There you go, find your seat. All right, so now what I'm going to do, as much as I'm sure you guys enjoy listening to me talk, so I'm going to give you a bit of a break here. So you're going to, the second name on the desk is telling you, that's the one you got to look for. So now I'm going to have you guys take these sheets that you just finished filling out. We're going to take a minute to get to know each other. Now I'm not going to do the thing where you stand up and tell me your name because I hate that and it's really boring. So you're going to get up and you're going to meet each other. This is important because later on in the year you may start working together on things, and I want you guys to be friends with each other. So what you're going to do is you're going to get up. You're going to look at people who have the same thing written on their paper. All right, what's your name? Last name?
Kratz.
Kratz. That's probably that one. You got to be middle of the late alphabet. All right, so you're going to get up. You're going to look at this paper, and you're going to say, okay, who has the same stuff on here that I do? You're going to look, and if they have it, you're going to write their initials down. They're going to write your initials down. You're going to go around, and you're going to do this for every single one of these. You're going to get signatures, and then we're going to be done. Does anybody not understand that? All right, you've got 2 minutes to do it. Get up, get all your signatures.
Yeah, you got softball, right? You did the sport.
Oh, wait. Oh, I did it. That's it.
Did we have this? Because I don't really look. Right next to
It's right here initial. Next, if you got somebody that has the same thing as like right here, you put their initial and you put their initial. They put their initial. What's your number 3?
I had to?
Yeah.
Andy, why didn't you write down your movie? I said
Oh, yeah.
write your initial right here? Brian? What's your name? How are you? Gino? Brian. Brian. What's your picture? AC.
Wow, y'all didn't see so many.
Nah, I read a lot, but they're the same series, so I don't know. You play baseball? You know Ozzy and all that, right? Like, my shit was bad, man. Well, y'all gotta find something on here. I know that's one of my favorite movies. Oh yeah, whose birthday in December?
About 1 minute left.
Oh my god, I have a birthday in December. You play baseball? Oh my Who played the song?
What sport?
What sport you play? Soccer? What sport you play? Swimming? Who swim? You swim? Oh, I'm swimming. I swim.
All right, you got about 10 seconds left.
Yeah, you know you don't read. You don't read.
5 seconds.
What about
3, 2, 1. All right, head back to your seats. All right. One more thing I gotta do. I gotta pass out books to you guys. So I'm gonna call out your name. You're going to get up and you're gonna get your book. All right. So Lewis, you're gonna get book number 23 off the table there. Jaquest, number 24. Malika, number 25. Andres, 26. Guy, 27. If you don't find your book, tell me, and I'll assign you a different number. Constantino, 28. India, 29. Amadeo, 30. And Peyton, 31. Haley, 32. Ryan, 33. Deja, 34. Bianca, 35. Samantha, 36. Gina, 36. Is Samantha here? Here's Samantha, okay. Gina, 37. Does everybody have the book?
We're taking this home now.
You're taking these home. And then Travis, 38. Isaiah, 39. Akira, 40. And Nate, 41. Who sits here? Who's that name? Is that person absent? Sky. Sky is absent.
Nah, how could you?
Alright, you just left. Is Janae here? Okay, we got number 41, right? And Mike, you get 42. Alright, the last one. Alright, so textbooks, write your name in them. Who's the other absent person?
Who's
Who's the other one? Manju.
Yeah, whose name is on that desk?
Gianni.
Gianni?
Ciani.
Gianni? Okay, that person. All right, we'll get you. Okay, so write your name in the book, then open to the contents page. We're going to talk a little bit about what chemistry is. If you were to look up on the internet a definition for chemistry, it would say something like the study of the interaction between matter and matter. It's really a stupid definition. It just tells you nothing about what we're actually going to learn. So that's not very helpful. So what we're going to do is we're going to look through this, and my teacher's edition hides the contents page. I don't know where's that. All right, this isn't going to work. There it is. Okay, so we're going to go through this, and I'll tell you what we will learn and basically what this stuff is all about. So first chapter is Introduction to Chemistry. The first chapter in any textbook is generally pretty useless, so you don't want to read much of that. Second chapter, Matter. So that's what this is all about, right? Everything in chemistry is about matter, so it's just a real basic introduction. Third chapter, Scientific Measurement. We're not going to spend much time on anything like that. Fourth chapter, Atomic Structure. So that's where we really start talking about chemistry. Atoms. What are atoms made of? What do they look like? What do we think they look like? What do they really look like? Chapter 5, Electrons. We're going to spend a lot of time on electrons. A lot of time. What you're going to realize, or hopefully realize if I do anything useful in this class, is that if you understand electrons, you understand almost everything there is about chemistry. 90% of what we talk about, why elements are the way they are, why elements interact with each other, why things react, what happens when they react, all that has to do with electrons. If you understand electrons, you really do understand most of chemistry. Chapter 6, Periodic Table, we'll spend a lot of time on that. That's that thing up there. That's what it's supposed to look like, not what they have it like in the back of your book. Periodic Table lists all the elements, and that'll tie in with electrons and atoms, because we'll be talking about what the atoms look like while we talk about the periodic table. Chapter 7 and Chapter 8 kind of go together, ionic bonding and covalent bonding. We'll do those together. Chapter 9, naming and formulas, we'll talk about that. That'll kind of get mixed in different places. I don't spend a lot of time on naming. I think, memorizing rules for naming is kind of stupid. You really learn the names of compounds just by getting used to using them a lot and you get familiar with it. Number 10, we'll talk a little bit about that. Chemical reactions, number 11. We'll spend a lot of time on chemical reactions, why they happen, what the signs are. That's a lot of what chemistry is. What reacts with what does it make, and so on. Stoichiometry, that's mostly math. We'll do a lot of that. I love math. States of matter, Chapter 13, and behavior of gases, Chapter 14. This is what we're actually going to start the year off with. I'm going to teach you a little bit of safety first. Then we're going to go into math, and I'm going to spend about 2 weeks teaching math. And then I'm going to talk about states of matter and gases. So we're going to spend a lot of time understanding gases and pressure and stuff like that. And then we'll go into that other stuff. Water and aqueous systems, we'll get into that here and there. Solutions, that's part of that. So that's Chapter 15 and 16. 17, thermochemistry, we'll do a little bit of, but not too much. Reaction rates, equilibrium, we'll do a little bit of that. Acids and bases, Chapter 19, that'll be near the end of the year. That'll be like March-ish, April. We'll spend about a month on acids and bases. Oxidation, reduction, we'll barely touch if we do it at the very end of the year, probably not. Electrochemistry, Chapter 21, we're not going to do that. Chapter 22, hydrocarbon compounds, we're going to spend probably April and May just doing all organic chemistry. So we'll do like 2 months of just talking about that. Functional groups is part of that, so 22 and 23 go together. The chemistry of life, we'll touch on that too, because all three of those, 22 through 24, are all organic chemistry, so we'll get into that. Nuclear chemistry, we may hit that a little bit at the end of the year too. So that's basically an idea of what you're going to learn this year. Most of everything is in this book except for electrochemistry and oxidation. Almost everything else we're going to get into. Now, why take chemistry, right? Why should you care? Because they tell you to, because you have to, right? Why take chemistry? So, chemistry is considered the central science. It's in between biology and physics. Physics explains everything that happens in chemistry. Chemistry explains everything that happens in biology. That's kind of how it works. And so no matter what subject you go into, physics, chemistry, or biology, if you major in any science, you're going to end up taking chemistry. So for any science, you need chemistry. If you go into engineering, which is really applied science, right? Engineering is where you use science for something useful instead of just studying it for no reason. You're going to need to take chemistry. Most fields in engineering are largely physics. Chemical engineering, petroleum engineering would be chemistry. But then what else? Who else uses chemistry?
I think cosmetology does.
Cosmetology uses chemistry, absolutely right. They used all kinds of dangerous chemicals, so you gotta know how not to kill themselves or the people whose hair they're doing. What else? Veterinarians. And along with that, we'll say doctors too. Lots of chemistry for both of them. What else?
Cooks.
Cooks, yes. If you major in culinary, you are going to take a little bit of chemistry. I'm writing chemistry, that's not right. What else?
Painters.
Maybe. I don't know. Probably. Because you would need to know how to use dangerous chemicals, especially in paint thinners. Those things are pretty. I never thought about that one.
I seen the paint bucket, that's why.
Let's see, what else? Nurses take chemistry. Pharmacists. Pharmacy is basically your bachelor's degree is in chemistry. And then your master's or your graduate degree, whatever it is, would be in pharmacy. Dentists. Dental technicians, dental hygienists, they're all going to take chemistry, a lot of chemistry. All these things we have here, mostly are going to be at least 2 semesters of chemistry in college. Probably a couple more. So you're going to see chemistry after you leave here, if you go to college, unless you major in like something boring like language or communications, but those are useless fields anyway. You should be majoring in science or something like that. So you're probably going to see chemistry again. All right. Where am I going with the story? I'm starting to run out of time right now. All right, I'll finish that. Okay, so that's why we teach you chemistry. So know that it is something you're going to see if you go to college. If you don't, then the most useful thing you learn in here is not the bleach and pneumonia. Otherwise, this class will be pointless. I'm kidding, that is useful. So that's it. I'm going to start you off now with an assignment so I can have something like grade book for the first day, because that really makes me happy putting grades in. So what I want you to do is open your books up, and this will be a little bit more about what chemistry is. Turn to page 7, and just read through that and write me like 5 sentences, something short, but don't just write what the sentences are in the book. Synopsis of what it talks about. Yeah, what's up? You're collecting it? Yes, I am collecting it. So just take a separate page from your notes, a new page that you're going to rip out, write your name in it, and this will be your first assignment. Page 7.
Wait, you want us to read Connecting to the World and what is chemistry?
Page 7.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
That's so good. We'll have to work on that. All right. Yeah, that whole page. And then just write me like 5 sentences, just kind of summary of what it's about. Yeah, what's up?
These books home.
No, those books you will take home. You do not bring them back. I will have a set of books in the class for you to use. That one you can stuff under your bed, let it collect dust until the end of the year. Unless you're that weird kid who actually opens up the book tonight and reads it, but none of you are going to do that. Whatever you prefer. If you like bullets better, do bullets. Pluses, triangles, dots, lines, dashes. All right, whatever you have written now should be good enough. We didn't have quite enough time to do this. Make sure your name is on it. And then as you walk out the door after the bell rings, just make a pile right here. So,
What are you gonna do with this?
that one you can keep. Make sure you take your books with them, and don't bring them with you, and don't bring them back tomorrow. Don't forget binder, calculator.
B2 online. Yeah. Look.
Come on in here, take this. Find your name.
No, I'm getting mine.
Oh, all right, here, take one of these, find your name, receipt, start filling it out. Find your receipt, start filling it out. Take care.